Hey guys, I'm Rebecca, and today I'm going to be teaching all about the camera equipment from Room 30. You'll get an email that sends you to a form, which you then fill out, which allows you to take equipment out from Room 30, downstairs of Kendall Hall. So now, you have your camera. First things first is that you need to make sure you have everything in the bag. So, you have instructions for formatting your card and instructions for audio. Then, you have your camera. So you need to make sure you have your SD card, your mic, and just make sure everything's working. So then in this pouch, you have 2 batteries, a charger, and always make sure to charge your batteries before you record because you can never make sure that the person before you will have charged the batteries. Then you also have your AC adapter, and then in this pouch, you have your XLR cables for your microphone, as well as your white balance card. The tripod comes in this carrying case. You take your tripod out, and the first thing you do is to get the handle out of the way. So you lift it up and you tighten it to make sure it's secure. Then you can spread the legs of the tripod. Maybe you have a little bit more strength than me. There we go. You go to the left, lift up the legs, and then to the right to tighten. The right. Now, you have to look at your camera head. To make sure that it's level, you need to make sure that the bubble, the camera leveler, is in the center, and otherwise, if it's not in the center, then your shot's going to be off. So next, you want to put the camera on the camera plate. So you loosen the lever, push in the red button, and pull from the back. So now you have your camera, and you take your camera plate, and you line up the holes with the screw, and first you can hand tighten it, and then, to even make it more secure, you can take a quarter, put it in the divot, and secure it. So now, you can slide in the camera, hear the click, and tighten the lever. So next, you want to see how much battery power your battery has. So you just click it in. Then, you turn your camera on. At the bottom of the viewfinder, you will see how much battery percentage you have left. You see here, we have about half a battery left. What happens if you want to charge your battery? There's a button here, you click it in, and it releases the battery. So then you take your battery and your charger and you line up the gold connectors. Then, you plug this in, and then you plug it all into an outlet. So now that your battery's charged, you put it back in, turn the camera on, and make sure the lens cap is up. So there are various controls in the camera, and the first one we're going to look at is the focus and the zoom. The lens ring can control either, depending on which one you have it set to. When it is set to focus, you can press the auto manual button and set it to manual, so you can manually adjust the focus on the lens ring. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is the neutral density filter. You use this when you're shooting outside in bright light, so you can open the iris more. To set the iris to manual, you can press the button here and use the control here. Next, you have your gain settings, which are low, medium, and high. These electronically control the light levels that go into the sensor. It's preferable to set the gain to low to reduce the amount of grain in your image. Next, we'll be discussing white balance. They have 3 settings, preset, A, and B. You never really want to use preset, so you can use either A or B, so one of them could be indoor and one of them can be outdoor, and so you don't have to keep white balancing. So once you have it set to the setting you want to be at, you put someone in front of the camera where the subject is going to be with a white card, and you press this button to white balance. After you're done white balancing, you want to make sure that your camera and subject is in focus. So this is a 3-step process. The first thing you want to do is zoom all the way into your subject, and if it's a person, zoom into their eyes. Then, you need to focus the camera. And when you're done focusing, zoom all the way out. Now we're going to be discussing lighting and audio. First, if you're outside in the daylight, that should be okay. But if you're inside, you want to set up 3-point lighting, which is key light, fill light, and backlight, which help illuminate the subject. On to audio, you have input 1 and input 2. For input 1, you plug your XLR cable in for your main mic. Then for input 2, that's your shotgun mic, so you have nat sound. On to the next side of the camera, you have audio input for input 1 and input 2. You want to be on MC 48 volts, so that has phantom power, which means your camera powers your mic. And then for audio select, you want to be on manual, so you can manually adjust the volume for the record. Next, we're going to be discussing shot composition. Say the subject is in front of the camera talking directly to the camera. You want them to be centered with not too much headroom, but not too little as to cut the head off. So next, if someone's in an interview and the person asking the questions is off camera, you want there to be enough lead room in front of the person. Now you're finally ready to record. There are 3 places that you can record. Here, here, or here. And now you're ready to shoot your A+ news packages.